It's a horrendous offence when you think about the possible implications.
We need something done about this as soon as possible so somebody's life's not at risk.
It's become one of the hottest commodities for criminals.
Drop whatever it is in your hand there for me. George. Yeah, drop it on the ground. Come here.
Risking their lives and the lives of others for this, a metal so lucrative it's earned itself the nickname Red Gold.
There's petty crime and there's potentially more organised type crime that are doing this copper theft type activity.
Copper theft in Queensland is escalating. The metal is in almost everything electrical, from power lines and street lights to EV charging stations. In their hunt for copper, critical telecommunication lines have been cut, businesses stripped bare and residents plunged into darkness.
Kilo of copper you're getting today, you're getting about $17 to $18 a kilo. So you can imagine that tripling in 5 years. So it is a very sought after product.
The consequences of the scourge was clear last month.
Category 2 tropical cyclone Koji has formed off the north coast of Queensland, with residents urged to bunker down.
Thousands of residents in Townsville were left cut off from emergency services for hours when suspected thieves cut wires at a telecommunications site.
My message to that lowlife is you have put at risk the lives of North Queenslanders in their hour of need.
Oh, did you?
Brett Crosby runs a scrap metal business in Brisbane's west. Copper sellers are only a small percentage of his clientele.
It's not a massive part of our business, but it is a massive part of the industry.
But copper thieves have also targeted the business.
Now we've got 24-hour security. We've got 74 cameras around the site, as well as people on the ground walking and on site all day.
Is that your bright and shiny?
That's your bright and shiny inside there.
So in terms of that to a copper thief, what would that be?
That's your prime product.
Brett Crosby says most in the industry do their part to avoid buying from suspected crims, so they aren't feeding the illegal trade.
So you disagree that scrap metal traders play any part in the overall copper theft problem. Why is that?
It all looks the same from the good person to the other person. You've got to have your phone number, licence, details. If you haven't got that, we can't buy off you. They're the rules. I'd say 95% of the industry is like that. You know, everyone's got rules and we deal with the police on a daily, so I think they know that.
And what about that 5%? You know, are there dodgy dealers out there who don't follow the rules?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's under cover of darkness, I suppose. Some people try it on. As a business model, it's not ours.
The vast majority of trades that are made at these locations are completely lawful. It's very difficult to determine one lot of copper from another once it is pulled from the ground or from whatever site it's located on.
In the wake of the attack on Townsville's telecommunications network, the Premier has vowed to crack down.
And there will be stronger laws coming to the Parliament this year to deal with copper theft, and this example proves why.
Energy Queensland says...
But it's not the first time copper has been on his or even the Parliament's agenda.
The government can use its powers through legislation to give police the teeth they need to do their job. No more reviews, no more talk fests. It is time to legislate.
In 2023, under the former Labor government, a parliamentary inquiry into scrap metal thefts was held. It made 7 recommendations, like adding an offence to include theft that recklessly endangers the lives of others and that unlicensed and illegal scrap metal traders be investigated and charged. To date, none of those 7 recommendations have been implemented.
In a statement, Queensland's Attorney-General Deb Frecklington said her government has reviewed the 2023 report and will soon introduce new laws to crack down on copper theft.
The sooner it can happen, the better. There's a huge loophole there that these thieves are exploiting, and it's having a real dollar and cents impact to our mums and dads out there who have to reach in and pay for that.
The Moreton Bay Mayor says it's cost his community hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there's nothing crims won't target.
Like schools have been hit, train stations have been hit, street lighting particularly, pathway lighting's been hit, A lot of our pathways have security light on them, they've been hit as well.
But none have felt the pinch quite like energy network operators. $4.5 million is what it's cost Energex to repair and replace assets hit by copper thieves. That cost passed down to consumers.
The copper theft, in addition to those community safety concerns and the immediate implication, would impact the overall cost running of the network.
But their biggest concern is safety. There have been reports across Australia of deaths linked to attempted copper theft. This damaged high voltage cable tells a story of a theft gone wrong.
He's cut into it with a hacksaw, and what's happened is as soon as he's got through that outer core into the 11,000 volts or near it, it has exploded with a temperature of 20,000 degrees Celsius, which is as hot as the surface of the sun. They've received significant life-altering burns and very nearly a fatality from doing that.
Energex, like local councils and state government departments, are replacing cables with aluminium, worth more than 6 times less than copper, making risking life and limb a lot less appealing.
This is not worth your life, and that's what you're talking with. This is going to either life-altering or life-ending life decision. It's not worth the few dollars that you may get from doing this work.